episode 69, The Reflection Show. Happy holidays and Happy New Year's to all of you. And in today's episode, I take a glance back at 2016 to help me prepare for a very big 2017. And you are listening to episode number 69 of Mike Murphy Unplugged. Learn, create, move forward. I am your host, Mike Murphy. I'm a one-man band. I'm a technology junkie. I love helping people figure things out, and I am really excited to be here with you today. The goal of Mike Murphy Unplugged, it's to help you learn what you need to know in order to create online content so you can move forward in business and in life. Today's episode 69. It is a brief assessment of this past year, 2016. In episode 17, at the end of 2015, I created a roadmap for 2016. Whew. And today, I look back and see if I kept the car on the road and if I stayed on track. Next week, in episode number 70, I'm going to adjust the roadmap for 2017. I'm going to share with you my goals and plans for 2017. I've said it many times that I am less than stellar at goal setting, journaling, writing down to-do lists, and such. So this podcast and all of you are holding me accountable, and for that, I thank you. Just beware that today and next week are a whole lot about me and my business and my goals and plans, but it is all part of the journey, so there should be some valuable information for you to help you with your podcast or online business to wherever you are at. Now, I am a problem solver, which means that I usually do not dwell on past events or things that I cannot fix. But I do think that by looking back at 2016, determining what worked, what didn't, will be helpful exercises to make sure that 2017 is productive, successful, and enjoyable. Einstein said it best when he defined insanity as doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. I will not allow myself to get on a treadmill of busy work if it is not pushing me forward and towards my goal of generating a comfortable income that allows me to podcast and create content from anywhere in the world. Okay, so let's jump in. This is going to be more of a top-level view, not a painful accounting audit, so don't worry. Flashback to 2015. I said my big wins of that year was realizing teaching motivated me in a very big way. I discovered my voice and really discovered my strengths and weaknesses. And the big tangible win of 2015, well, was launching a podcast. So 2015 was the year of self-awareness for me in understanding my strengths and weaknesses that really helped me shape my 2016 roadmap. I was right on the money in 2015, I think. 2016 roadmap priorities that I did last year at this time was to get better at the art of podcasting and audio production, to become a better teacher and make more tutorials, to network with other podcasters and content creators online, to establish myself as an authority in podcasting and tech tools, etc., grow my email list and build a community, drive more traffic to my website, and to repurpose content better. Solid goals, another pat on my back. I was pretty good on the 2016 roadmap, I think. Okay, so first I'll give my assessment of how I did on these 7 priorities, and then we'll look at the specific content goals and see how I stacked up in the numbers. So number 1 was get better at podcasting and audio production. Well, you might be a better judge of this, but I think I am leaps and bounds better than when I first started. At least I feel more comfortable. My knowledge of audio production has significantly increased. So I don't strive for mastery. I don't want to be a sound engineer. I just want to be able to connect all the dots, which I did, and understand the big overview picture so that I can become a better teacher, which leads me to number 2, become a better teacher. Now, I feel much more confident in my teaching ability. I think it is because I produce content at a very consistent pace. I practice most everything that I teach. So the more skilled I become, the better I become as a teacher. Number 3, networking. I've made a few solid connections this year, and I'm certain some of them are long-term and are going to be a big part of my online business. I'm still no social butterfly, so this is one area that I really think I can improve on in 2017. Number 4, establish myself as an authority. Well, I feel very authoritative, if that means anything. I think I did a good job here. I think people are starting to recognize that I do know what I'm talking about, and I believe in my abilities and my knowledge, because I never stop learning, I never stop practicing, so my authority is growing on its own naturally. Number 5, growing email lists, building my community and tribe, and driving website traffic. Another area that could probably use some improvement. Definitely my email list could use improvement. I think I got like 10 subscribers all of last year, which should really embarrass me. I probably should not even say that out loud, but hey, I'm doing a lot of things well, and my time's going to come. Website traffic is steady, maybe a little bit of increase since the year before. I think Instagram sends me a good amount of people who are just coming to look and check me out, so that's good. So growing email, building the community, and driving website traffic, there's definitely room for improvement here. But it's no fun starting a new year without some places to improve on. So I'm making sure that I have my job security in that department. And the final, number 6, repurposing content. Woohoo! A little more room for improvement here. I did a good job posting on Facebook this year and spreading my Instagram videos around. Repurposing content is a very big priority for me in my content strategy in general. And in 2017, I really want to work less on the little things. I don't want to create stuff every single day if nobody is seeing it. So it is much better to make something and then share it, and then keep sharing it, and just figuring out ways to spread it around. So we need to remember this. Do as I say, not as I do. I often tend to just keep making things, and I really need to focus on repurposing the stuff and the good stuff that I've already made so people see it. All right. So one thing that I worked on in 2016, and I think I made really good strides on, was not being so tough on myself and just accepting the fact that I am a one-man band. I can only do so much. Sure, I do have areas that need a lot more work, and that's okay. I'm going to fix things as I can, and doing an episode like this just brings it to the forefront. If I find something is not important, however, it is gone. I am eliminating things that do not help me move forward. Okay, so let's get on to the numbers, on to my performance review. So I'm just going to go through these one by one. In the 2016 roadmap, I said that I wanted to produce 1 podcast per week. Check. Haven't missed an episode since September 25th, 2015. All right, next, 1 newsletter per week. Check. No sweat here. 1 blog post or article per week. I'm going to give myself a passing grade on this category. Since each episode is a blog post, I did manage to do a new blog post on my website every week. I didn't hold up my end for building the blog element of my website all that much, but I did decide to go over to medium.com, which I did have a show in episode 62 all about Medium, where I wrote over 80 articles on Medium. I didn't really see them fitting into my website so much, so I kept them separate. But it was kind of my blog fix by writing on Medium. I got my name out there. I got some exposure. It will drive traffic back to my website, so it's a pretty win-win situation for me. Medium sent me a report saying that I was in the top 10% of all content writers with over 80 articles, so I'll take that, and I'll take that as a win. 1 tutorial per week. According to my calculations, that's about 52 videos. Well, I made over 100 videos this year. They weren't all traditional tutorials like I planned, but I'm experimenting with tutorials. Every video I make has education in mind, so I'm going to say that I accomplished this goal when all is said and done. But next year I'm going to get a little more focused on my tutorial making, but I'll give myself a passing grade on that as well. Okay, so the last content goal, and I'm going to get a little personal here, so warning. But my last goal of 2016 roadmap was to make 3 full classes on Skillshare. And that was a very attainable goal. And I can say that I actually fulfilled my goal of making 3 full classes. So I should be happy, right? Well, I'm not. I think I dropped the ball here. I should have put up at least 1 class per month. But video classes seem to be my kryptonite. I make excuses, or I just avoid making them, or I run out of time, and they are really what I want to be the center of my online world and business. This is how I want to generate income. So I'm not sure why I keep avoiding them or why I keep putting them off, but this is the truth. This is where I stand right now. So I think I have always suffered from this fear of success that makes absolutely no sense to me. Why on earth I suffer from this, as all I want to do is to create a happy, successful online business and life, and yet I avoid doing things that I know will help me get there. I feel like the most common fear online that I hear from people who are starting business is that they fear failure, that they feel that they're not going to succeed. And that doesn't enter my mind at all. I don't fear doing anything that I try out to do. However, when it comes to success, if I see the carrot at the end, I tend to go a different route. need to work on that. So maybe you have suffer from these same ridiculous issues, and if you have any solutions or something that will help, fire away. Anyways, okay, let's wrap up my therapy session for today. I want to keep these episodes short and sweet, so let me just give some final thoughts today. And next week, I'll reveal my 2017 roadmap, which isn't going to look a whole lot different, but I do have some clearer goals that I want to reach. So 2016, it was tough, in a good way. I pushed myself extremely hard, especially creatively, but the overall consensus, I'll give it a big thumbs up. I was very determined and driven to keep moving forward and to keep learning and to keep creating. My tagline is learn, create, move forward. And it really is perfect for me because that is what motivates me. I can't explain how happy it makes me to learn a new tool like After Effects, and then make something that I think will teach you something, or that will possibly entertain you or inspire you, or just make you feel a little bit happier for watching it. Then the practical side spoils it and says, okay, but this is not a business. How do I make a living? I don't know for sure, but that voice in my head knows I am moving in the right direction and for the right reasons. I just have to trust myself and be patient, which is exactly what I'm doing. Opportunities are going to present themselves soon, and when they do, I am going to be ready. 2016 was the year of fearless creativity, drive, and exposure. I was on a mission to flex my tech skills and knowledge and to push myself and experiment creatively with whatever showed up in my head. Imposter syndrome was no match for me, as I am more confident in my abilities than I have ever been, and it's because I am making things daily, and I'm sharing the knowledge as best I can on this podcast, on live streams, in Medium articles, and tutorials, and animated videos. I struggle with downplaying my abilities generally, but 2016, I took a lot more pride in myself and my abilities and what I bring to the table. In 2017, I plan on even taking that up a notch and turning them into a more sustainable business that will pay me for all this hard work. I did not question my creativity much. I went with it. Mostly because I make stuff every day. There is no time to delay. I recorded podcasts on the beach. I did stop motion tutorials. I taught myself animation and Adobe After Effects. I did Instagram Live. I did stories. I did Facebook Live. I ramped up my Adobe Audition skills and Premiere Pro and all of my Adobe knowledge. I continued to get better at photography, video, and all of the things that I really love to do. I am creating a business around me, my terms. What happens next? I'm not entirely sure, but I am certainly giving it my all. Okay, enough of the gloating and love fest for me. I do feel like 2016 was productive and necessary. Now, I cannot keep up the same pace that I did in 2016. I was really running myself ragged creatively. It's not good for my health, my well-being, and frankly, I need to make it more about priorities of business and more intention of building the business, or else I'm not going to sustain myself. But I would say I stayed on course of the 2016 roadmap. I met and exceeded the content goals, but there is room for improvement. And episode number 70 is going to lay out what I'm thinking. And FYI, if you are listening to this and have business advice or feedback for me, I am all ears. I am sharing you what is going through my head. If you hear something that I've talked about that you jumps to mind, let me know. For the second year in a row, I would say that the only area that really disappointed me, or where I thought I should have done much better, is creating more classes. I made a full Skillshare class from idea to upload in less than 8 hours one day, so I have no excuses. I can do these. I could have made at least one class per month last year, and I could have started more of a passive income stream. Other than that, 2016 was a turning point year for me. I'm going to look back at it someday and say that that was the year where my mindset and focus really kicked into gear and shaped everything that I'm doing. So today's therapy session was my reflection, and I feel much better now. So thanks for listening. Next week, though, I get serious. I set out my plan of attack with the 2017 roadmap. And this roadmap is going to be simple, but on the swift side. So keep your head up. 2017 is going to be a very good year for us. That's going to do it for today. The session is over, but if I can help you in any way with any of this stuff, please let me know. And Happy New Year's. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to this podcast. And for that, I thank you. I thank you for joining me today. I hope you join my one-man band. Together, we can learn, create, and move forward. Cheers.